I am majorly struggling to even talk about the forecast with what's going on right now. Weather balloons, radiosondes from Gray, Maine are going to be no more because they don't have the staff to do it. This is just the beginning of a laundry list of changes and things that are unfolding rapidly because of the degradation of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. You see, there's about 122 National Weather Service offices, and you can see all the locations here on this map. And this is where they release weather balloons and weather soundings at least twice a day at 0Z and 12Z, and sometimes they do special 18Z releases in cases of severe weather. Kotzebue's already went down the tubes, but now we have also lost Gray and Albany. Here's the memo. Due to a lack of weather forecast office staffing, they are no more. The weather balloons provide us with this information, so it's temperature and relative humidity. It goes up in the atmosphere. It can track wind through GPS and a bunch of other stuff, and it gives us a vertical slice of the atmosphere like we don't get in any other way, and it is critical for forecasting and understanding what's going to be going on. It's critical for severe weather. This little thing, a hodograph over here, helps us to understand what the wind shear is, and if we have a tornado potential on that day. These two curves and the way they align and line up with these lines here show us convective available potential energy, show us lifting condensation levels, cloud bases. This is awful. I have dedicated most of my life and my entire career to severe weather education and awareness, and we are cutting off our systems at the knees. If you're out enjoying the mountains, enjoying the whites, hiking, doing anything like that, you want to know where the freezing level is going to be. You want to know where the base of the clouds are going to be. You want to know where the snow's beginning. Sorry, we're not going to have soundings here anymore to tell you. How crazy that we're going to know that there's potential tornado risk this summer somewhere in New England, but won't have this information to tell us where. And this is just the beginning. We have critically understaffed offices in Miami, Boston, Houston, Omaha, Wichita, Kansas City, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Cheyenne, Wyoming. I've also heard a few other locations like Denver, a few places in Michigan. That means the watches, the warnings, the information they're providing to you, they're going to have to scale back on, and they're going to have to choose what gets cut because they don't have the people to do it, to keep you alive. 2 NOAA building leases that are absolutely critical are going away. So where our entire data center is, where all the data is housed and where the forecast models are run, that's going away. I cannot stress to you how bad this is. The Radar Operations Center, all the places that keep our entire radar network of WSR-88D weather radar up and running, which give us critical information into forecast models that tell us severe weather when it's happening right now for watches and warnings, going away. And there's already impacts. Radar in the Bay Area, gone. So what are they having to do? They're having to reach out to people and say, can you tell us what's going on? Because we don't know. Because the radar's down and there's nobody to fix it. Education programs, internships, student summer programs, gone. This one here is in Houston, I believe. This one's gone. And Paducah, Kentucky. Not happening. Concerned about hurricane season? Live in any Gulf states or maybe interior states? Think about what happened in North Carolina and Tennessee. What's happening is going to ground some hurricane hunter flights. This is the only reconnaissance we have of active hurricanes going on. This is where we're able to detect rapid intensification, where we're able to classify and category these storms before they make landfall. This is critical for our forecasts. Could be going away. Just a reminder, 33% of the offices no longer have sufficient staffing to keep 24/7 operations. Good luck with your midnight tornadoes if you live in 33% of the areas. And once again, these aren't your young, inexperienced scientists that we're letting go of where there's experienced people to hang around and do it. No. These are people who just had contracts redone in the past 2 years. One other person was let go was as someone who literally saved the lives of orcas and was NOAA's Employee of the Year. Employee of the Year. Spent 42 days tracking orcas to make sure they didn't swim through like an oil spill and kept them alive. Gone. LinkedIn is filled with this kind of information. Here's someone who has a PhD in electrical engineering, 9 years at NOAA as a contractor, absolute expert, recent contract, gone. And where are they going to go? These people need jobs too, just like you and I. We all have our own jobs. And they're saying, they're looking out of the country. I'm telling you right now, they are looking to leave our country and have our science move elsewhere. But there's going to be limits. I don't think South Korea or the UK are just going to make room for all of us. There are all these other countries that actually prioritize people's lives. And it's not like we could just go look towards other sources. The Bureau's been having an incredible amount of problems recently. Not updating, not providing data. And you know what's going to be extra great is when we don't provide the data like the radiosondes from the northeastern United States to fill in a data gap as to what's going on. We're about to see the quality of even the good models which are having trouble running go down. And they're not done yet because people at NOAA have already been tasked with, after the 880 people that were left, getting rid of another 1,000 plus people in NOAA. Do you understand how bad it is with what we have already lost? Let me give you a glimpse of the future if this continues. We are not going to have tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings put out. We're not going to have the staffing. We're not going to have the data that's going to feed into our computer models that's going to be giving us a really good idea of what's going to be happening. And privatize it all you want. You cannot privatize this. It costs a tremendous amount of money to run the radar network, to collect all the data, to store all this information. But the return on investment is better than on any other government program. It's like trying to privatize the military. What are you going to do? Who's going to go out and pay for $100 million jet right now? So there's this false sense of how private industry is going to take over for it all. Their data quality is going to absolutely drop. And look how this goes, okay? There's a certain weather agency out there that is bragging that they were able to warn people who had only signed up for their subscription service. You see, what's happening is businesses like this are trying to steal the government resources for themselves and turn around and make a dime on it with your tax dollars that already paid for this stuff. They're trying to get a profit from you for things you have already paid for. The commercial side simply cannot and will not exist without the government side of this. How much are they going to make you pay to be a premium plus customer and give you the illusion of a forecast? This is not a group that is interested in saving people's lives or running a business or doing the right thing.